Alright, time to see how this goes. This should be working somewhat. Alright, sorry about that. Let me just make sure YouTube's working and then we will start. Alright, so I'll try and make this quick. Uh, Here we go. Okay, so a worldwide update. I'm gonna try and do this for 2025 if that makes sense. Let's see, is this working? Okay, and remember guys, if you have any questions, just ask in the chat. I will be happy to answer. Alright, here we go. So we have 5 main things to look out for, right now at least. The first one, of course, which is most, actually I'll go from least important to most. We have 96p, not expected to develop. It's expected to move out to sea, and not really do anything. It's just going to be a post-tropical mess. Here it is, right down here. Just a whole mess of fronts, really. Not expected to do anything. Expected to just meander out to sea. The next thing is 98p. We've given this a 10% chance of development. It doesn't have much time to do anything, but it does have, around 24 hours or so to try and develop. Maybe 48 hours. By the time it gets to Tonga and Neo, it should be uh, it should lose all chances of formation. So that's that system. And then we have 97S, which we've given a 50-50 shot, 50% chance of development. Here it is over here. Looking pretty decent, has a nice convective burst going on right now, so could be a tropical cyclone already, hard to tell, but its chances of development should begin to drop over the next 24 hours. Next, we have an interesting unnamed system that is now a remnant low, just east of Australia. Here it is, east of New South Wales. You can see its circulation there. It likely was something subtropical earlier. It was developing, had some sustained convection, and now it's lost it, so now it's just a nascent circulation. Let's see. Is this working alright so far? Alright, and then our main system right now, which we have as a tropical storm, 94S, is what's causing this to be code yellow right now, and this system will move towards northern Madagascar and then into the Mozambique Channel potentially. Let's take a look at that system. So here it is on satellite right now. See, it's been going through these phases where it'll burst convection, they will start to fade away, and then more starts coming up. Right now we are in the phase of more convection. Here's the center. Here was something that did have a chance of formation, doesn't really seem like it anymore. But yes, this is the system right here, has really nice convection going for it. We can take a look at this on infrared satellite. You can see those new bursts of minus 80-degree cloud tops. And now let's go most importantly to its track. Alright, so time to get an idea of timing real quick. So currently for you all in Africa and Mozambique, it is 3 a.m. 0Z would be early morning, so this is around this time right now. Okay, so by the morning time, tomorrow, or by this morning, the 9th morning, it should be located somewhere in these areas of low pressure, if that makes sense. So if I go Thursday night for you all, it's continuing to approach, not really seeing much impacts. If I go to Friday morning, still nothing. If I go to Friday night, that's when some of the outer areas are starting to reach Madagascar. Same thing with Saturday morning. Saturday morning impact should begin at around that time, potentially. Same with around Saturday noonish. And then if I go ahead in towards Saturday nights, you can see some of the ensembles have it already over northern Madagascar. Some of them take it further north. And if I go towards Sunday morning, that appears to be when the system makes landfall, at least the average of them. And then I go forward some more towards Sunday nights, and that's when you'll notice there's a little bit of a split between the ensembles. Some of them take them down this way, and then some of them take them in the Mozambique Channel. I'm more inclined to believe the ones in the Mozambique Channel, of course. Anyways, let's go forward some more. Monday morning. It's most likely going to be in the Mozambique Channel, riding along potentially the Madagascar coastline. Then we go further in towards Monday night, still there. Then Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Wednesday at around noon. So as you can see, this is the overall ensemble tracks right now. So there's a pretty good shot that this will make landfall in Madagascar. The question is, though, how strong will it make landfall? This is the latest cone from Mateo, France. If I drag this over here, let's get a zoomed in look at it. So right now it's a tropical depression. It is expected to become a moderate tropical storm over the next 12 hours, and then become a severe tropical storm over the next 36 hours. And then it is expected to become a tropical cyclone within the next 48 hours, and then still be 1 in 60 hours and likely make landfall as a tropical cyclone, before then of course weakening down to a moderate tropical storm. And then it is expected to re-intensify to a severe tropical storm into the Mozambique Channel, and that's as far as the cone goes. So there is a possibility it becomes a tropical cyclone once again. It is just not in the forecast range, if that makes sense. So that's 94S, of course. Here, let's take a look at some more of the model runs on the system. Alright, this is the American model here. So this one would be at around morning time, I believe. Yes, morning time on the 9th. So morning time on the 9th. If I go forward some, this is the night of the 9th. This is the morning of the 10th. Night of the 10th. Morning of the 11th, you can start to see some of the outer edges of the storm reaching Madagascar. And if I go towards the 11th night, that's when the system's core is approaching. And then it should make landfall sometime on the 12th, or on the 11th, or yeah, 12th morning, roughly, sometime in that range. And then we progress forward some more. It's gliding along the Madagascar coastline. There it is on the 12th night. On the 13th morning, still along the northwestern coastline. And then it does have it making another landfall sometime on the 13th morning, 13th night, I mean. And then here it is into the 14th morning, and then it does show it intensifying some more. This is a little bit far, so don't take this, or take this with a grain of salt, but there is conditions for this storm to intensify in the Mozambique Channel. We just don't know where it's going to go. Keep in mind there is the possibility it will plow into Madagascar and just dissipate. But there is also the possibility it goes in the Mozambique Channel and potentially intensify. So that's something we'll need to watch over the next week or so. See how long this has been going on for. There we go. Yep, so that's about it for this system. No, actually it's not. Let me pull up the European model. European model, same kind of scenario. It just wants it more so to dissipate over Madagascar and then become a frontal mess. And then if we go over towards the Canadian model, this wants it a little bit weaker, and it wants it almost to split in two there, but this one does not have it intensifying in the Mozambique Channel. Then lastly, the German model pretty much has it splitting in two. We've had storms that have gone the same trajectory, look like they're going to split in two. Really, it's just either it's going to dissipate, going to go to the east, or going to go to the west. Really, that's how it's going to go. This way, or just dissipate. So one of those three scenarios should occur. And if we go over to the HWRF run on the system, give a little bit more of an in-depth look. And it does show the system's, yeah, I'm going to show this, the system's outer bands impacting Madagascar on the, let's take a look at this again, the 11th morning, with the, with its main core starting to impact the islands, or Madagascar on the 11th at around noon, making landfall. and of course weakening, but they do have it actually recovering in the Mozambique Channel, potentially impacting Mozambique around on the 13th night, 14th morning-ish. So another thing to watch out for. And if we take a look at the HAF's A run on this, does have it developing potentially into a cyclone before impacting Madagascar roughly on the 11th, nighttime into the overnight hours, so the early morning. Does have it really struggling to get across Madagascar and potentially redeveloping in the Mozambique Channel. So that's all the model runs on the 94S. If it does form, it would be named, let's see how to pronounce this, Dikeledi, I believe is how you pronounce it. And let's take a look at some ensemble runs on the storm. Whoops. I guess we don't have it. Alright, well, we have this at least. This shows the track density. These are the American ensembles. You can see how most of them pretty much have a target on Mozambique. Some of them go a little bit too far north and missing it, but overall it's a pretty clear shot. I'd give it around a 99% chance of hitting Madagascar. And then most of the ensembles do take it into the Mozambique Channel. Some of them do have it fizzling out over Madagascar, but the majority of them have it in the Mozambique Channel. Now, overall, most of these ensembles wanting it to curve out to sea, but we don't know what it's going to do in this area. There is a possibility it curves towards Mozambique, and there is the possibility it just goes right out to sea. So that's really all the information there is on the system right now. If there's any questions, you can always let me know in the comments, and I am going to head off. Hope you all like this video. Alright, see you later. Stay safe.